Hello, 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 hello. How y'all doing? Greetings, love, happiness, and a whole bunch of stuff. Give me a second. Let me see if I could. Give me a second. Oops. It's not gonna work. How y'all doing? I just wanna sing and dance. I hope you all are having a beautiful Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday, right? Yeah, I think it's Wednesday. And I hope that it's going well and you guys are doing some good stuff and you are happy and you are joyful. Um, Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know when you come on, where you coming in from. I would like to know where you are looking at me from, if you all don't mind, of course. I'm in Georgia. I live in Georgia now. I was in Estonia. Now I live in Georgia. Where you all coming from? Hey, Kimberly, New Orleans in the house. Okay, from Indiana, Michelle. Okay, Maryland. Okay, ATL. Okay, Indiana. Okay, I got you. Hey, Lewis, Kentucky. I used to live in Kentucky a long time ago. In Radcliffe. I was stationed in Fort Knox, Kentucky. So I just live in Kentucky. I just live all over the place. Hey, V. Jones, how you doing? How are you doing? How is everybody doing today? You all doing good? Thank you all for joining me. Hey, Nez, how you doing? Long time to see you on here. I want to speak on some things. I had a question that I wanted to answer. Pardon me for drinking. I'm drinking my overnight oats. I gotta go on a diet, so no, it's not a diet. I gotta change some things that I eat because I have gained a lot of pounds since coming back to the US. You caught the light. Yeah, Nez. And I've gained a few pounds when I come back to the US. There's too much food in the US, man. The US have a lot of food. So since I've been here, I've been eating so much. I've been stocking up on popcorn and the fast food joints, and I've gained some weight. Now I gotta take it off. So I gotta change my habits, become consistent again. Do some cardio. St. Louis in the house. Okay. Then the talk fast horse and pretty woman. I hear you. Hey, Mary Beth, I recognize you. How you doing? I recognize you from the comments. How you doing? Namaste, you guys. Namaste. I bow down to you guys. All right. I had a question that I wanted to respond to, and I want you all to bear with me. And again, there's no judgment. I made a video earlier. I posted a video about being transparent about why I do what I do, why I do these videos, why I things, especially on healing and changing your lifestyle and changing the way how you think and see things. And in doing so, you grow, man. Like you grow and you grow and you grow. So I appreciate you guys, man. There's so much growth. There's so much more growth to have, because you can never grow too much. But as long as you keep growing, I think a lot of us are bored, and we get bored because we pause. And something that I always say, if walking slow ain't doing it for you, pick up the pace, you know? Because when you walk slow for a while, you get bored. So speed up. Don't crawl. Don't slow down. Speed up. I think we need to speed up a little bit sometimes because we're going too slow. So I do this because I do have, I think I desire to speak on these things because I knew I brought some some trauma in our communities. So hey Brooklyn, I brought some trauma. I added to the trauma in this universe, so therefore I'm adding to the healing of the universe. And I think That's just my, that's for my me to do. Not that I feel like I should do more or I'm insecure about it. It's just, we all do our part to break it. So let's do our part to fix it. So that's why I do what I do. It's not for a specific gender. It's not for women. It's not for, I just learn how to speak from a different points perspective that benefits certain people. So I got a question earlier, a few days ago. And the question was, so it's for the man to decide whether it will be a relationship or not. Let me start over. The question reads, so is it for a man to decide whether it will be a relationship or not? I'm now dating a man who hasn't asked me on a date after 3 weeks, but I'm not allowed to say that to him. Then I'll whine. Then I'll whine and distrust him. He smokes, and even though I think he's gross, I really like him. So I take that for granted. He lives with his sisters and brother-in-laws. I take that for granted. But I can't complain. But I can't complain. I had already said goodbye to him twice and he came back. He was angry, but he doesn't want to lose me. I came back to him. Now I said goodbye to him for the third time. This morning he said, "Good morning again, honey. Have a nice day." I didn't respond. I don't know what to do with this. Great question, right? I mean, kind of a great question. Let me read it again because let me make sure that you all get you all understand what I'm saying. The question was, so is it for the man to decide whether it will be a relationship or not? I'm now dating a man who hasn't asked me on a date. Now, after 3 weeks. Now let's break this down. Brooklyn said, "Bye, girl. Girl, bye." That's what somebody said. Here's the thing. Let's break this down. Let's dissect this thing. If a man hasn't asked you on a date in 3 weeks, you're not dating. You get it? If but dating, taking somebody out, seeing how somebody behave in public, seeing being around this person in public, or together, or hanging out, or going for a walk, or going to the park, or to the movies, or to dinner, or to eat lunch, isn't that the point of dating them? Correct me if I'm wrong. How can you be dating somebody? How can you be dating somebody and he hasn't taken you on a date? It makes no sense. That already started out crazy. After 3 weeks, he hasn't taken you out, but I'm not allowed to say nothing to him. Then I'll whine and distrust him. He smokes, and even though I think he's gross, I really like him. So I take that for granted. I think a lot of us, we already make up in our minds that we like and that we want someone. So the things that we know for a fact we shouldn't put up with or we shouldn't take, we do it because we like somebody. And I think that's where we go wrong. I think that's where we go the most wrong. Because when you already decide that you want somebody, you don't see anything else. You don't see anything else. You are completely blind because now red flags ain't red anymore. They're green. Colors, you begin to be colorblind. And it makes no sense. And all you are doing, you are setting yourself up for failure. I really like him, so I take it for granted. He lives with his sister and brother-in-law. I take that for granted. Maybe he can't afford his own space. I get it. Hey, Maria. That's why it's important to do your homework first before you fall into them. Yeah. Listen, I'm telling you. He lived with his sister and brother-in-law. Uh, okay, I get it. Sometimes we all fall in rocky places. I mean, and if that's the case, he needs to get himself out before he dates. But hey, it is what it is. I had said goodbye to him twice and he came back. Do you all think men come? Here's the problem with you all. Do you all think people come back because they love you? People don't come back because they love you. People come back because they know how to. They know that you're going to take them back. They know that they know how to get the best part of you. People don't come back because they love you. Okay, so people don't come back because they want you. They don't come back because they like you. They don't come back because they want to be with you. People come back because they know where to go for shelter. You know, they know where to go for a good meal. They know where to go for sex. They know where to go for affection. They know where to go for comfort. And people come back to that. People don't come back to you because you are it. People don't come back to you because they respect you. Because if they respect you or love you, they will not leave. in the first place. Go ahead, Maria. Go ahead. Ask a question. I'm here taking questions and for I'm here taking questions anyways. She did the nasty to her. She did the nasty to her. That's why she keeps going back. Hey, listen, I'm telling you. Listen, just because somebody comes back doesn't mean they want to be back or they want to be with you. And I think this is something that we have to understand. I think a lot of you get it in your minds that just because a person come back, oh my God, they want me. They don't want you. A lot of people don't want you, but a lot of people are broken and they're gonna break you. They're gonna end up breaking you. So now I said goodbye to him for the third time, and this morning he said good morning. Listen, the man know that you're not serious. He knows that you're not serious. He knows that you ain't going nowhere because you talk a lot. He knows that you ain't leaving. People know when you ain't going nowhere, so they get to do what they want to do. People know exactly when you ain't going a damn place, and I think that's what because a lot of times, a lot of women, you talk a lot, and the more you talk, is the more we know you ain't mean. You don't mean what you're saying. You ain't going nowhere because you're still angry. It's when you get silent, men get scared. It's when you stop speaking, men begin to listen. All them time that you speak and you speak and you speak and you speak and you nag, nobody listening. Nobody listen. Nobody paying attention to you because we know that you're just mad. They know that you're just angry. Because when a woman is ready to leave, she's quiet anyway. She's silent. Yeah. So I like this man who's my spiritual mentor, but he's 45 years old and I'm 21. He said that he had been tempted about me, but he said we are just friends. There's no way it would be something. No. Why do you want to be with that man? Let them, you know, if he's your spiritual mentor, respect him, respect his position. Because, even as a spiritual man, sometimes it's hard to fight temptation. And you are 40, you 21, he's 45. Leave that man alone. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you leave that man alone. That man don't want, listen, he's 45, man. He's your spiritual mentor. Keep it that way. Because I think a lot of times we get confused because let's be real. A lot of women fall in love with their pastors, with their preachers, with those spiritual men, with those men in the church. Why? Because that's the man of honor. And you think that you want this man, but naturally you don't want the man, you admire this man. And I think sometimes we get confused with admiration and desiring. And we don't desire these men. And if you desire that man, understand that that man still is experiencing certain temptations. So if you want that man to be a spiritual man, because once you cross the line with that spiritual man or whatever, you don't see him the same anymore. So how do you want to see him is a question. Let's be real. How do you want to see him? I don't cross boundaries with people who are coach because why? After I cross boundaries, you don't see me the same anymore. And I don't want you to see me as that person who I'm in bed with you, laying down with you, talking out. I don't want you to see me like that. That's not for everybody to see. Do you see what I'm saying? That's for a specific one person to see. Because if everybody see you like that, you begin to you lose what you stand for. You begin, your words don't mean the same anymore. So we have to be careful. If you know that that man is doing his thing and he is sincere, don't tempt him. Not saying that it's your fault that anything happens, but don't tempt him. You're 21, he's 45. When it comes to spirituality and when it comes to maturity, it's too different. It's a different process because the truth is, a lot of times, man, you find those people who are in those positions very attractive. Yeah, you find them very attractive. And it's not because they are sexual, but it's the energy that you find amazing. The energy is beautiful. But when you get it, you're going to realize that he is just like everyone else. If you was with Jesus in a relationship, you will realize that Jesus was just the regular man because he will still trigger you. He will still get on your nerve. He will still annoy you. And that's not because of who he is, it's because of who you are. Because a lot of times we have to understand we are triggered because of who we are, not because of who the other person is. So if you cross this line, man, if you cross this line, you got to be careful because it's gonna change everything. It's gonna change a lot. So you're gonna have to be the bigger woman because sometimes the man is still being tempted. And don't tap, don't try to, not saying that you're doing it on purpose, but be careful, man. Like those lines, when the lines are crossed, Lord is I will leave the man alone. You're 21. I will, I would encourage you to be with a younger man. You don't need to, that's a whole generation away. Be with somebody who's more of your style. And I know, you women think that men are not mature. Men, you are more mature than the average man your age, but let that man be. Brooklyn, when did you? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Brooklyn. Listen, that's Brooklyn. Is this you from TikTok? Brooklyn said, "Stop! What are you talking about? Oh my lord! Oh my. Okay, I know you follow me on here too. That's funny. You didn't try tempting me. Hi, girl. Do you think it is best for a woman not to disclose that she is interested in a relationship while trying today? Or do you think it's best for her to say that she's looking for friends? No, Lolo, it's best to speak your mind. Tell a man what you're looking for. Tell him, but when you tell a man what you're looking for, when you tell a man what you want, you got to respect what he wants. And he will show you what he wants. So if you tell me what you want, I will follow through as a man. I will, if I want to do it, I will follow through. But understand, it's not for you to try and chase. It's for you to speak what you desire, because there's nothing wrong with that. Saying saying what you desire, and then don't chase and don't try too hard. Just be, and see if it does nothing. Do nothing. Seriously, if it does nothing at all, leave it alone. That means he's not interested. But it's not wrong to tell somebody that um, you want a relationship. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's not wrong to tell somebody that at all. It's just that understand, if the feeling is not mutual, let it be. You know what I mean? How do I get rid of a Jezebel that fell in love? She claims she loves me, but she gives off a Jezebel spirit. You don't have to get rid of her. Just leave her. Just ignore her. You don't have to do anything. When you don't feed her the energy, she leaves you alone. But I mean, I know it's hard for a man to ignore a woman, especially when she's attractive. It's hard because sometimes, boy, them testosterone got to, you listen. You gotta hemorrhoids. Sometimes the testosterone don't let you sleep without doing something stupid. But if it's about respecting yourself enough to understand. If I know she's not the one who I want to marry or be with, because at this stage of my life, if I can't marry you, I won't sleep with you. All joke aside, if I can't marry you, because then if I don't respect you and I still sleep with you, then I'm just like you. But if I can't marry you, and it's not that I can't, but if I have no interest in marriage or being with you, how you gotta have the self-respect to say, hey, listen, this is not for me. Because sometimes they're not gonna stop. Because sometimes we give them a little bit of hope, a little bit of energy, and they keep going. So we have to understand, see the part that we are where we are contributing to her stuff, and then just cut it off. But after you've stopped feeding it, it goes away, it dies. So just be careful. What are your thoughts on a man convincing a woman to sleep with him unprotected? He then goes on her and then ends up changing his number. My thoughts on a man, he got what he wanted. No, he got what he Listen, I'll be letting these men play games with you all, and then you know, I, you know, being on these platforms, I gotta teach my daughters. I have so much work to do to teach my daughters because I think many of us are thinking about our emotions and our hope. I think many of us have hope, and I think hope is what screws us up. Hope. Having hope will mess you up sometimes because you hope by giving him what he wants, by giving him sex and that he stays. If a man have to convince you to sleep with him without a rubber, leave the man alone. Because babies come from that. STDs come from that. And a lot of people ain't ready for those things. And if you are doing it, understand you have a role in that too. You got a role that you're playing in that. So you got to take responsibility and accountability. You have to know who's not for you. Listen, don't your energy tell you? when something is not for you? Brooklyn, I don't ignore anything. That's funny though. You know what, Brooklyn? I don't recognize when I'm being advanced on because it's not something that I pay attention to. It's not something that I think about. It's not why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I like to keep it straight because after a while, if you fall for temptations, you start making a name for yourself, and I don't want that name. I had a name. Let me tell you something. I don't think you'll understand. I had a bad name for many years, man. I had a bad name for many, 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 many years. I fell so easily into traps. Not that they set a trap for me. You know what I mean? But you know, I fell into some stuff that it took me years and years to get out. So now I'm very careful, you know? I know. But I've seen some advances and I've seen some stuff, but it's just I can't be that man who I was. I really can't. It just it hurts me again to do it. So I try to be very, humorous. Even though people think that I'm still doing the same things, but I can't do them again. I can't disappoint somebody else, and I did it all my life. It's not fun anymore. It's kind of hurtful. You know what I mean? Um. So, but Lolo, if a man is convincing you to sleep with him and then going ghost, whether it's unprotected or protected, that's your answer. That man don't want nothing with you. The man just want to sleep with you. But a man will convince you to sleep with him unprotected because there's no feeling. When it comes to penetration, without the protection, it feels amazing, and I think that's what a man wants to feel. But with the protection, is this don't feel. This feels like it feels like beyond meat. You know what I mean? It's the real meat. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's rubber love. It feels like beyond meat. The fake version. You know what I'm saying? Those vegan burgers. So, so that's why you be like, listen, man. I ain't really know. You know what I'm saying? So it feels like beyond vagina. So I think that's why men be like, hey man, come on, man, seriously, damn. Like, come on, man. Like, geez. Like you want me to use this stuff? Mm. I have done, to be honest, I have done my fair share of that back in my days. 20 years ago, 15 years ago. I've done my fair share. I just like, hey, listen, we can't be together. I don't want to have sex with you because I don't want to use rubber. I don't want to use nothing. Because I want to trust you. You trust me. Let's be, you know what I'm saying? Aquafina, how you doing? But yeah, that beyond meat stuff. But if a man goes, number one, so number two, if a man goes as you, let the man be. Let the man be, unalive in different dimensions without worrying about him. He showed you what he wanted. Now you see it. You see what I'm saying? If he gotta, yes, Brooklyn, if he gotta even convince you to do that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When encountered good and masculine men at the same time, having strong values in Christ is very hard. It's not hard, They're all around you. It's not really hard. I, Listen, those men are all around you. Well, so spirituality doesn't really mean Christ. Spiritual and Christ is two different things. Meaning Christianity and spirituality is not always the same. Sometimes, spirituality has nothing to do with religion, and Christ, the Christian thing is all about religion. So, encountering good and masculine men at the same time, having strong values in Christ, I think they're all around. But if that's so hard, then why, what is the church doing? If finding those men are hard, and there are so many men in church and women in church, why is it so hard? Why is the church having so much divorce? I think it's because, to be honest, man, we don't want what we think we want. We don't want what we think we want. We know we should have it, but what we want is not the same as what we know that we should have, and we end up in a bunch of stuff. Um, Because I had to learn everything on my own about the man because my parents didn't tell me anything. I feel you. Um, Let me see. What question did I miss? What is your take on people protecting their hearts because they don't want to get hurt again? Not by protecting your heart, you are getting hurt again. I think when you say protecting your heart is because you don't want to love, you're afraid of relationships. I think, but you cannot protect your heart by acting like you don't have one. You can't protect in your heart by not loving. You can't protect your heart by not trusting. A matter of fact, by not loving and trusting, you are actually bringing damage to your heart because your heart is like a muscle. And if you don't love, it's like your biceps. Your biceps, right? It's like biceps. If you don't work out, you can't protect your muscle. So by trying not to get hurt and sore, by not working out, don't protect your muscle. It actually decreases in strength. So same as your heart. A lot of times, many of us are trying to protect our heart, and we are trying to avoid relationships, avoid love, avoid trusting, avoid empathy and compassion, and it messes you up even more. The way to protect your heart is to love. Because once you get the gist of love, once you get the rhythm of love, you understand how to keep it. So a lot of us, a lot of times, we doing the counterproductive measure. We are going against what it should be. The only way to protect your heart is to love. And when you love, it gets bigger and it grows stronger. And you love again. And you love again. You gotta see being hurt in this life, being pain is inevitable. Being hurt is inevitable until you change the way how you see certain things, until you change your perspectives. When you change your perspectives and you learn how to shift perspectives, you won't be hurt much. Matter of fact, you won't get. I was talking to my ex-wife today, and it's funny. She's like, "You don't have much friends?" I'm like, "No." She said, "Are you depressed?" I'm like, "No, I'm not depressed." She's like, "You sure?" I'm like, "No, I'm not depressed, but I have a community full of people who I talk to on a regular basis." The thing is, you have to learn how to see perspectives, different perspectives, switch perspective so that you're not being hurt. Look at things differently so that if this affects you, change your angle. A lot of us don't know how to change our angles. So that's why we're talking about we're afraid to get hurt because we choose to see life in one specific view. If that's the only way you see life, you're going to always be hurt. So that means you're going to try to be too careful. And being careful, you can't enjoy. Have you ever tried to be careful during anything? During sex? During the party? During the amusement park? During the trail? If you try to be too careful, you cannot enjoy it. You can't indulge in it. You can't experience the fullness of it. So when we are trying to enjoy, I mean, be careful when in this life, you can't live. See what I'm saying? Have you ever had have you ever tried to have careful sex? Stuff ain't the same, is it? I love being burgers. Me too. I do too. Don't hate on the vegan. I'm not. I actually like vegan burgers. Facts. Okay, let me see. What does I miss? Um, you should both get tested at the same time. I'm mad. I'm mad a mistake by having a one night stand with my ex. How do I redeem myself after him leaving me? Why do you want to redeem yourself? Redeem yourself with what? You can't go back and change anything. Listen, this is why we have to understand what you do has a lasting effect. It's not a mistake you made. You did what you wanted to do. You made a grown woman decision. You had a one night stand. You can't redeem anything. You did it. Some things you can't take back. Some things you can't change how people see you. Some things you can't fix. Some things you have to accept. And that's one of them things that you have to accept. So you don't have to redeem anything. It's just that you are trying to not be ashamed or what? Or you feeling guilty? Or you feeling judged? Don't worry about it. It's already done. We all did it. I've done it. I wasn't proud of it. As a matter of fact, by the way, if you all come to my live, when I speak some things that you probably won't like. I speak a little humor sometimes. You know what I mean? I speak a little nonsense sometimes. I mix my information up with a little humor. So don't get offended, okay? Don't get offended, okay? So I'm just telling you, I'm an adult. We're all adults. I said this life was not for kids, so don't get offended because you were too religious. Okay, you want to go ghost, then go ghost. I mean, just tell me the truth. You don't want a man to go ghost on you, so just tell him the truth. Listen, this ain't working. Because sometimes you sleep with somebody and bam, you're in a relationship. And we don't want to be in a relationship. Go tell him that, hey, listen, just be woman enough, because how you all tell men, be man enough to say what you say, He grown, tell him that you don't want him. That's all you can do. But me telling you to go ghost is a bad it's a bad idea. But tell him that you don't want what you thought you wanted it. The sex was good, but it ain't worth it. Oh, you have kids. So this is a one night. This is not a one night stand. This is a relationship. Lord, I'll come back to you on that one. I'll come back to you. Charlie said, I personally hate condoms as well. I'll feel you on that one. um, it's good. What did I miss? I wish I was a back to back long term relationship. I was in back to back long term relationships where sex was always available to me until like 34. And then single and was like, what the F am I supposed to do now? This is BS. I have a high sex drive. Ooh, it sucks. Who's that? Is that a male or a female? Charlie, you a male or female? You have to learn how to bounce back. Love hurt, heal, and love again. Facts. 11-year abstinence. But when I'm with someone, I need him to wear a condom to keep my pH normal. Listen, I get it, man. I complete 11 years though. God dang, that's a long time. You sure you can be with someone again, Aquafina? Lord, that's a long time. 11 years. Whoop, Lord. Rubber vibrating toys can be sometimes desensitized if you over rely on them. That is true too. Brooklyn, I love you too, Brooklyn. I love you too. Now, how to love yourself first. Facts. But listen, man, she didn't. Oh, wait, I'm so confused. Wait, I am so confused. You say you want to go ghost, but he has a girlfriend? I'm so confused. Listen, Miss Anonymous, I am so confused now. You said you want to go ghost, but you have kids. But then you said he cheated on his new girlfriend. That means you're not with him. So go ghost about what? I don't want. I'm so lost. I am so lost. I am lost like two boy ladybugs in the shower. I am so confused. Listen, check this out, right? Like I was saying, you don't want to be with somebody. Tell him. Tell him the truth. I don't want to be with you. Because it ain't worth it to carry on a relationship that's not real anyways. Because most of the relationships is not real anyways. Didn't have children until I was 28 and 32. I have never been and will never be one of those chicks that tries to get pregnant when not using condom. The depth of shot is the best birth control. The high sex drive stuff. The high sex drive is normal, right? But sometimes, a lot of times, the high sex drive comes from a whole lot of factors. And again, it's not a bad thing. But high sex drive could come from a few different things. It can come from being sexually uh, abused as a child or being molested as a child. It can come from being physically abused as a child. It can come from uh, um, it can come from blocked energy in your sacral chakra. It can come from it has different reasons why. I was lucky to not have been good, good, good. So a lot of times sometimes is an overly active sacral chakra. Is an overly active, sometimes it's overly active sacral chakra. And when it's overly active, you got to bring it back to the balance. You got to balance it out. And when you bring that balance in, the sex drive goes what we consider normal. But then again, I don't know what is normal and what's not normal for each person. For me, has always been healthy and normal. But good, 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 good. Then you are fine. Then you are fine. She's in a situationship. She's looking for advice on what to do to get out of it. If you're in a situationship, then you're not in a relationship. So you're not in anything. You're not really in anything. I mean, if you're in a situationship, just say, hey, I'm done. So, let me tell you this. Sometimes our biggest issue is looking for an explanation when there's none. Sometimes you just don't. Sometimes no, I'm done. I am through. That's enough. I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to give you a reason why. You don't have to give a reason why because you're not in court. You don't need evidence. You don't need proof. Sometimes I am done is good enough for you. If you a friend of mine just the other day, a while ago, I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I'm just like, but you don't even know why." I said, "I don't have to know why. I trust you that you are grown to make a good decision." See what I'm saying? Hey, Faith. Seriously. She's like, "But you don't even know why I said that." I don't have to know why. You're grown. If you say we shouldn't be friends, I respect your decision. I don't need an explanation. I don't need I trust you that you know exactly what you are talking about. And you know how much brain space I cleared up? You know how much brain space I didn't have to use? You know how much overthinking I didn't have to do? You know how much suffering I didn't have to experience? I think many of us just need to understand sometimes no is no. Sometimes you don't your explanation is I'm done. No more. That's it. And if they can't understand it, because everybody these days you want if I tell you I don't want you anymore, why do you want an explanation why? If I don't want you anymore, I've been feeling like this for a while. And I get it. I get it, right? Maybe it's a courtesy for me to tell you why. But if I maybe I don't know why. Maybe I'm just not feeling you anymore. Maybe I don't want to hurt your feelings. Maybe I just don't want to explain myself. Maybe I'm being honest by telling you, listen, I don't want it. I don't want what you want. I don't understand why. Why do you have to understand why? Accept what I said. That's it. If I ever wanted I could probably have a different guy to sleep with every night for a month. Lord, I absolutely do not judge people who may do that. To each his own. Yes, Kirk. 11-year, so I could detox. My drive was high in my later years because I was a late bloomer. Okay, he ghosted me after 13 years. I shattered and needed to heal mentally. After 13 years, somebody ghosted you? That's a long time to ghost. Somebody ghosted after 13 years? Somebody being with you. So you was in a relationship for 13 years? Like in a full blown relationship and bam, just disappeared? People do that? No, ain't no damn way. People can't do that, can they? 13 years? No, I can see if we met last week and we talked and we did a little, pokey hokey pokey, you know, right, Brooklyn? We did a hokey pokey and bam, I disappeared. But 13 years? Yeah, that's a long time. Just can't enjoy it like that. And said earlier, I'm not having, I get you, Charlie. I feel you. You said it before. Stop looking for a closure. Yeah, Bryce, man, listen. Bryce, how you doing? How you doing, Bryce? Listen. This closure that we look for, closure is a scam, y'all. Hey, SS. Yeah, I made it. Something I noticed is I get overexcited and it overwhelms people. I'm high energy. Should I try to refrain from being myself or find someone who has as hyper as me? Thanks, Kirk. You might have to explain that more. What does that mean? Are you like always jittery, always like high on crack or something? Is that what you mean? You always energized and you remember that squirrel on over the hedge, over the hedge? Was always hyper, was always ready. That's hey. How you mean like that? Because if that's the case, do you lose focus very quickly? ADHD. Ah, got you. So let me explain to you about ADHD. Very active and want to make some plans once I get to know someone. Yeah. I got you. Let me ask you a question, right? SS, is your favorite color yellow? Do you like yellow? See this color right here? Where is do you see where it sits right here in this stomach area of this human? Do you see it? You love yellow, huh? Mm. So you have stomach issues, you have digestion issues, you have stomach. aches all the time, indigestion, lose, you lose yeah, yeah, your stuff is messed up. I always say to heal that, heal this, and then see if you're still the same person. Yeah, because your solar plexus chakra is off. Your solar plexus chakra is off balance, is out of whack, right? It's out of whack. So understand this is why. It's not that you are, that's not who you are. That's because you have an overactive solar plexus chakra. So the yellow is what soothes you. You are drawn to yellow. Yellow is very important for you. Bananas, pineapple, the color yellow, yellow dresses, yellow gowns, yellow shirts. Do you actually wear it or do you eat it? Or you just like it, but you just leave it alone? You love the yellow, but can you put it on? Or does it make you feel funny when you wear it? Because a lot of times you love yellow, but you can't wear it though. Because it feels weird. Everybody's looking at you. Um, hey Trinity. So it's an overactive solar plexus chakra. There's a way to balance your chakra. There's a way to balance this that make you calm your ass down, right? There's a way to do it. I can wear bright color. Must have good, good. There's a way to balance this out that makes you calm down and makes you be able to focus. Because when you talk about willpower, the lack of willpower, the lack of focus, you can't pay attention, and they call it ADHD. It's just this off balance. When this is off balance, you lose focus. You have indigestion, you have stomach problems, stomach ulcers, stomach is always messed up. You gain weight, you lose weight, you gain weight, always issue with your stomach because your solar plexus chakra is off. Hey Jen Lou, how are you doing? So that might be a problem. And that's because that's why the doctors can't find a solution. All right. If you schedule a one-on-one with me on my website, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. Um, sometime. Okay, good. Uh, if you are living your life in a healthy way for you, a way that makes you happy, then don't let anything or anyone stop you from that. Facts, 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 facts. Sending much love, Brooklyn. Are you still there? Oh, you left. Very active and went to make lots of plans. Yep. Even though we have kids, I'm just done. I don't ever want to see him again. I know it sounds childish. That's why I said I want to ghost. Did he do something? Did he do something that pissed you off? Like, did he do something that really got to you or something? What did he do? I'm just curious. And listen, if that's how you feel, but the kid's gonna need their father though. The kid's gonna need their father. Um, but yeah, so I was saying, La France, closure. Closure is a scam sometimes, man. Closure is a scam. I think we look for closure, but no matter what we find, it's not going to be enough. I think we should forget closure and focus on acceptance. When you focus on acceptance, closure is not a big deal because what does closure do? Make you feel better? No, it doesn't make you feel better. It makes you feel annoyed. Some of us are waiting for closure until we have an understanding of what happened until we can move on. So until then, we pause the life. We pause. We put our life on pause. Let's put it on hold. Let's wait 6 years until I find out why he did it or why she did it. No, man. I don't care why he did it. The thing is, he did it. She did it. Accept it. That's it. But closure is a scam. Hey, Jocelyn. Okay, what did I miss? Did I miss anything? Yes, sir. He got a good job and disappeared with a younger girl and stopped speaking until it didn't work with her. Then he came back until I realized he was draining me and coming back to get. Oh, yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. I get it. Hey, Mia, glad to see you too. Glad to see you. Trinity's from Switzerland. Okay, well, what? Yeah, good, good, good. A B, but your responsibility as a parent is to put those feelings away and through them because your kids doesn't deserve. Yeah, you mean your kids. They're. All right, SS, you be good. He left me for a work girlfriend. Well, that's what you do. But under just whatever you do, just think about the kids, all right? Gotta be there. The kids gotta be important. So don't go without him have access to his kids because I think that's just wrong. But you can you're done. But once we cross those lines and have children, we have to understand, hey, my kids, have the chance to speak to their father. The first time I heard you said that about acceptance, a light bulb went to, okay, good. I have a question about using dating app. Okay, what's your question, Toro? Wait, I love yellow and pineapples, bananas, clothes. I also love orange, red, and purple, but mostly yellow. I don't have problems. It's different. So it's not the same. So when I say something, it's not the same for everybody. Aquafina, everybody is not the same. I use what you say to figure out what's the problem. I'm not a doctor, but I'm an energy consultant. You know what I mean? I'm not a doctor, but I'm an energy consultant. So I can figure out certain things based on your vibration and your energy. It's not just based on your color, but based on I can hear it in your voice. I can see how you text. I can see your skin. I can see how you feel. I can pick up a lot of things. I don't know. Maybe I was blessed in a way, not blessed. Maybe I just did some research and I study and I became this energy consultant so I can know certain things. But no, so everything is not the same for everybody. Which one, Bryce? What's the shirt? You want like my shirt? Look at my shirt. See my shirt today? This is for you guys. Hey, you, if you are reading this, you are freaking amazing. That's my shirt today. That's my message today. So don't forget, if you are reading this, you are freaking amazing. I think sometimes we forget. So I want to remind somebody when I see them out on the street, hey, listen, because sometimes we hear so much negative things and we forget that we are amazing. So we start doing stupid things. So if you can read this, you are amazing. I want you to remember because we're going to drop little pieces of breadcrumbs so that folks can pick it up because some people be looking down on the ground. So they're going to pick up those breadcrumbs. So if you can do something to encourage somebody, you know what I mean? Yeah, oh, Bryce, I'm an energy consultant. Huh? I love it, man. I love it. I love it. You know what? I think I'm gonna make a shirt, energy consultant. That's what I'm gonna do. As a matter of fact, that's gonna be my next shirt, energy consultant. I like that. Um, I'm curious. What are your top three what are your top three? What is in astrology? What do you mean, my top three? I don't really do astrology. I don't really, the thing about the things that I practice, I don't practice outside of me. I don't see nothing outside of me. I don't do astrology. I mean, I dangle in it a little bit. I dangle in, in numerology. I dabble in a whole bunch of things, but I don't really go out. I don't look at the stars. I don't look at the moon. I don't look at the sun. I don't look at nothing out there. I only look inside. I don't know these things. Those things I don't study. Those things I don't pay attention to. Those things I leave alone because I had to understand certain things. And the path that I am on, you see, like how some people could use herbs for healing and stuff. Some people could use certain things, medication, herbs, teas, and all that stuff. Me, I practice using just my mind because that's where I wanted to be. So I practice using just my mind to figure things out and to have choices. And I think that's the path that I'm on. So I don't like to go out and venture out because if I know that, so what I study is this. If I know me, I know you. If I know me, I know everything outside. If I know me, I know everything out there because everything is processed through me. So I could only know everything out there only if I know me. So I focus more on me. I focus on my health. I focus on my mind, on my thoughts, on my body, on my water, on my eyes. I focus on every single thing within. So that's why I have a balance of the way I live my life. I was talking to somebody today, and somebody said, "Kirk, you can't be just that happy. You cannot be that fulfilled." And I'm like, everybody's not the same. Everybody practice different things. The average person you might see will not be fulfilled. But I said, but you don't know what I practice. I practice a whole lot of things for over many years. And that's one thing that I focused on is being fulfilled and complete. And that's the thing that I practice. And from for many people, it's weird because you tell me that you don't need nothing. Well, I have everything that I desire. What do I need? However, to be complete is a gift. I love astrology so much. If you ever want a report, I would be happy to give you one for practice. I need it. I'm just starting out. I got you. I got you. But I don't dabble in those type of stuff. But I got you. I will practice with you. I'll help you practice. I started talking to a guy who we actually are having a full conversation. 1 week talking and it's been good. He did ask he would like to get my number. Told him that's my attention. Oh, intention. But felt comfortable to talk a little longer on the app. He said that's cool. When is the right time to exchange? You can exchange anytime. Your number, listen, bill collectors have your number. You know, strangers have your number. Then people in India have your number. Facebook has your number. YouTube has your number. People that you don't know, get them your number, and so that you can know by the way how he communicates, by the way how consistent he is, by what he talks about, what he tells you. There's no, you remember like back in the days for us older people. Do you remember back in the days for us older people? I'm in my 40s. You remember back in the days you meet somebody and say, "Hey, I don't know if I'm going to see you again," because sometimes you don't know if you're going to see them again. And I have this one opportunity. I'm attracted to you. Listen, how are you doing? And she was like, I'm fine. And the way how she said, I'm fine. She was interested because she smiles and she blinks her eyes a certain way. And her body language says a certain thing when she likes you. Her hair and her head moves at different directions. And her face changes and it gets lighter. And when you talk, I'm talking about old school. When you talk to her, she talks to you and she answers your question. And you answer her question and you say, listen, by the way, can I have your number? I have to go. But can I have a number? I would like to continue this conversation. And she said, okay, my number is 9110024. And bam, you got her number. And you start conversing. So it's not too early to give your number out. Everybody don't have bad intention, but you have to know this. You know what I'm saying? Because if you wait 10 years or you wait one day, his intentions is gonna be his intentions regardless. Yes, excellent answer, Kirk. It's good to know where your expertise is aligned. Everything outside exists inside, including the physical matter, vibrations. Yes, 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 Mia. Facts. The high sexual energy things because of trauma makes sense. A healing channel. So I am glad you to come across my desk. I'm working through healing and learning chakra works. Okay, Yana J, I get you. I get you, man. Listen, some things that we've been through that we still gotta heal from. And I get it. Some things we attach to. Some things are stuck in our body. Some things are stuck in our energy, and we have to learn how to get rid of it. And that's what I teach. That's what I do. It's a beautiful thing. So I appreciate that. Charlie said you get anybody's number. Okay. Oh, you can look it up. Shoot. Them rotary phones, right? But yeah, man. And listen, you wanna meet somebody who is you wanna be approachable to someone, lighten your energy up a little bit. Lighten your energy up. I think we're not light. I think our energies are not light anymore. I think our energies are heavy. I think we are so heavy, man. We walk around so heavy and distracted. Do you ever walk around and being aware you got you got the t-shirt? Please determine you want a t-shirt? My t-shirt? If you are reading this, you're freaking amazing. Hey, listen, let me ask you a question, right? When is the last time you walked in public? And as you walk in the store, you walked around outside, you walk around downtown, you walked in the mall, and you are aware of the look on your face. Do you ever become aware of the look on your face at this moment? What am I looking at? What is my face looking like? Have you all ever do that? You all ever think about what your face look like? Because a lot of times you don't notice what. Have you ever looked at somebody walking out in the public and the face is screwed up, like they have constipation or something, like they're feeling pain, like their stomach hurt? You ever? Do you know when your stomach hurt, you have this look on your face? Do you know what I'm talking about? You have this look like and it's a weird look. But a lot of times people walking around in pain because they are deep in their head. And when you are deep in your head, you're not aware of your body language, your face, your energy. You are not aware, right? All right, Trinity, you have a beautiful night and rest well. 2 2 2 2. Rest well. It's perfect time. So if you want to meet somebody, be aware of your energy, of your vibration, of your frequency. Be aware of your energy. I think many of us aren't. One thing that I have learned in my journey of enlightenment is this. I am aware of my energy. So I know what my face look like when I'm walking around. I know what my body language look like because why? Is what I do. It's being aware of you. Wherever you go, be there. Listen, check this out. Wherever you go, be there. Do you know what it means? I read this book a long time. And I think this book changed my insight. It's called You Are Here by Tich. But I don't know how to say his name. Tich Nhat Hanh. Chinese guy. The monk. Okay, is Kara in here too? Where's she at? Go call everybody in. Go get everybody. And when I realized that you are here and you gotta be present and you gotta be fully present, it changed my life. So now everywhere you are, be there. Everywhere you are, you must be there. So when you walk in, be present. Don't let your mind wander. It's hard. It's walking meditation. Don't let your mind wander. Be present. You want to attract somebody who's decent? Oh, really? You know the way? I actually have a couple of his books. I have another one somewhere, somewhere here. I don't feel like looking for it though. But I have a right here. This one. Teaches every step. Listen, man. But you know, I like the monk or the Hindu type monk Buddhist knowledge. I think that's where I get a lot of things from. Mindfulness, mindful thinking. But everywhere you go, you gotta be there, man. I think many of us are not where we are. So we miss everything. We miss people energy. We miss people's intentions. We miss people energy. We don't understand. I was talking to a beautiful lady, and I was talking about how do we know people are lying. Okay. Now, I know you're here, so let me talk about this. And I don't know if you want me to say your name on that, but I don't think it's a bad thing. But how do we know when somebody is lying? Let me explain. How do you know when somebody is actually being honest or being lying or when you're being lied to? I think this is something that I should talk about. A lot of us don't know how to figure out if somebody is lying or not, and it's not as hard as we think. Now, this is not hard. I mean, it's very simple, but it takes a lot of practice and it takes a lot of awareness, especially self awareness. And when I say self awareness, I mean this is what I mean. For me, it might be easy, but for you, it mightn't be easy. For me, it's easy because for many years I've been cleansing myself, meaning I've been purging myself, meaning I've been aware of whatever I carry, my energy, anger, resentment, bitterness, pride, frustration, sexual energy, and everything. I've been very aware of my energy. So since I understand how that works, what I did is that I had to figure out what's on my mind. I had to go in my head and figure out what am I thinking. So it took me a long time to figure out what's in the back of my mind, what keeps replaying, what keeps playing, what comes up when it comes up, why does it come up? And it took me a long time. So it's not as simple. I mean, it takes some process, but I can explain to you and that you can practice quicker than I had to learn because nobody taught me this. It's something that I have learned over the years, but nobody taught me. I think this is why it took me so long to do it because nobody taught me how to do anything. I had to study on my own. I had to practice and rehearse. So it took me, days of sitting down and focus, relax, don't force. Focus, relax, don't force, let it come. Focus, relax, don't force, let it come. Focus, put my intentions, my mind, my body, my energy, my thoughts. What you must do, you must become aware of your own self. You must be aware of your entire self. That means of your every energy that you carry, be aware of it. And once you are aware of the energy that you carry, you begin to realize I have no need for those energies. I don't have to be angry anymore. I don't have no need for anger. I don't have no need for insecurity or whatever else. So I leave them behind. And now what I begin to do, I begin to practice and be in a higher frequency, practice being aware of how I look, how my face was, how my body feels, how my mind is, what's on my mind, what's on my thoughts. I begin to be present, right? I begin to be present. Once I begin to practice being present, naturally, whatever you practice is what you become. So naturally, you stay present for a longer time. Each time that you practice, you stay there for a longer time because you realize your thoughts don't need right now. Your thoughts don't need attention. You do. Your body does. Your breathing does. You know what I'm saying? Your eyesight does. Not your thoughts, not your mind, but your body, your breath, your heart, your lungs. Understand this. Since I have figured out my anger, my resentment, my this, my that, now as I elevated, my frequency went straight up. It went up higher. Now, I know for a fact that we are connected. Each of us is connected. We are all one spirit. If you understand this, if you understand this, you will see that how much sense it makes. We are only one spirit. Hey, Akofrina, are you still here? We are only one spirit. There is no division amongst the spirit. It's only one God, one life, one breath, one energy. And that one life force is what connects us all. When I say namaste, it means the God in me bows down to the God in you. It means we have the same God, and I recognize the God in you. So I bow down and I give honor. Now, saying this is this: if I and you are all connected to the same thing, so are your words. Your words come from you, which is your heart. When you speak, your words carry a certain vibration because it's coming from a place with the same spirit that I have. Naturally, there's a way how I can tell if you're aligned or not by doing the exercise. I can show you an exercise that I use with my clients that I can tell you what you actually want without knowing what you want, without you knowing what you want. There's something that I do with my clients. Do you want a relationship? Are you happy? Are you at peace? And sometimes you say yes, but when I ask you these questions, the way how your body reacts, the way how your body reacts, because if your conscious mind and the subconscious mind are not aligned at that moment when you answer the question, your skeletal muscle or your skeletal system and your nervous system detaches for a quick second. Your body will move or jerk or sway. If you pay attention, you get what I'm saying? I don't want to be excited, but this is what I study also. If your conscious mind and your subconscious mind don't agree, if I ask you a question, is your name Michelle? If you lie and say no, your body literally moves. Do you all know this? You all heard this before? No? Yes? You are kind of quiet, boy. Why you are so quiet? You are there still? Am I talking to myself? I'm not talking to myself. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not even body language, but that too. But I'm not. I'm talking about the natural movement of your body. It sways. It goes forward and backwards. It goes right or left. It goes back. Every answer you give, if it's correct, if your subconscious mind says it's correct, I agree. Your body moves the same place, the same way. If you answer a question and the subconscious mind says no, I disagree, the body goes in one direction and it stays there. You can answer it 5 times, it stays there again. You do it again. So understand, since there's a separation with your muscular system and your skeletal system, right? And your nervous system, I am connected to you. The same thing happens to me. So when you speak, If I'm paying attention and if I'm listening without judgment, without trying to just to reply, if I listen to you, I understand my body experience what yours experience. Do you understand this? Well, that's enough of that. So that's why I was saying you can know when somebody is lying, but you have to connect to you. You remember when I tell you, you only know you. If you know you, you know everything else. If you know you know everyone. If you know you, everything is connected. Yeah. Definitely, definitely. Some basics gotta be. Yeah, definitely. What are your thoughts on women shooting their shots? I don't have no thoughts about it. If you shoot your shot, shoot your shot. But there's a way to shoot your shot as a woman. Mm. As a woman, if you shoot your shot, you don't have to shoot your shot. You can be in a space you can start a conversation. Hey, how are you? Good weather we are having. Yeah, look at this weather. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Isn't it? Aren't it? Don't you see it? And when you give him that smile and that openness to talk, he now knows, do I want this chick or not? Do I like her? Do I not like her? If he don't like you, he moves on. He answers, yes, it's a beautiful day, and he walks away. That means you're done. You didn't lose. You didn't lose nothing. But if a man likes you, he will continue the conversation. He will continue naturally. He will continue the conversation. He will actually start asking you questions. He was like, so what do you think? You ain't got to shoot a shot. I think some of you are too obvious. Hey, what's your name? You ain't got to do that. You know what I mean? Where you're from? I was looking at you for all this time. Hey, listen, what time do you have? You have your phone in your hand. And he said, but you have your phone in your hand. And you say, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. And bam, he knows that you are interested. That's shooting the shot, but it's different for the feminine energy. He will know now what to do. If he doesn't want you, if he's not interested, if he's not curious, if he's taken, if he's married, he leaves it right there. Don't try. Stop right there. Don't go farther. Don't try harder. Relax. It's done. If he's interested, he will come closer. He will, hey, so what are you doing here anyways? He will start asking questions. He will start speaking to you. That's when you know, perfect. Do you get me? Do you get me? Hold on. I think I missed something. I know you aren't asking me, but I would say that it is an attractive behavior. It shows that you are confident in yourself. Yeah. Even the plants and the cockroaches. Yeah, sounds like you are holding on to being hurt by someone. Hmm. You're having a whole conversation here, huh? Eyes always tell the truth. Ja, a lot of times you do. I found another man and he says women shouldn't, that a man who is interested will speak, sometimes he will, but sometimes he wouldn't. Not all men have that confidence. Not all women have the confidence either. And just because he doesn't have the confidence to approach you, because sometimes you have that red bitch face too. Sometimes you have that bitch face on you that he doesn't approach you. A lot of men ain't approaching you these days because you have a certain look. Because you know why? You are not aware of the face that you have. And that's what I was saying earlier. Become aware of the face that you have. And when you're in public, become aware of your face. Oh wow. Thank you so much for the gift. Who just blessed me? Thank you so much, John Moran. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Someone asked me for my phone because they lost theirs to call a ride. They ended up calling their phone to get my number. I think gotcha. That's what but that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This I love it. Did you talk to them though? Did you converse? Did you exchange conversations? Cause that's pretty cool. That's something I would do. You know what I mean? I hope it helped. Um, oh, it's not working for you, huh? I'm sorry. Um, he was mad, old, and definitely not someone I would talk to based on standards. Huh? I hear you because it was outside the norm. Yeah, sometimes that's what it is, man. But I'm telling you, man, listen, you have to be aware. If you are a single woman and you want to be approached, look at your energy, look at your face. That means clear your thoughts. Because some of you are women you are deep in your thoughts. You be deep in your head, thinking about who ghosted me, your kids' daddy, your baby daddies, your food that you gotta cook when you go home. You gotta buy some chicken at the store. Oh my God, I need chicken. I ain't got no chicken, I ain't got no rice. Oh, little man is annoying me. He failed in his class. What am I gonna do? And so all them thoughts, boy, you are in your head and your face is looking like this. Nobody approaching you with that. Ain't nobody approaching you. Ain't nobody coming to you. Ain't no man in their right mind is gonna see that face when you overthinking and say, "Oh, let me approach her." And you there. So you say, man, you gotta be aware of your face. You gonna approach Afton Bryce? What happens? It's not by guy that you like, huh? Hey, Nia TV, how you doing? Hey, listen, I gotta go, man. I gotta monitor these homeworks because these kids got homework, and I ain't even mess with their homework yet. And if I don't mess with them, they will act like they don't have homework because them jokers be. I have some little rascal kids that even have home. We don't have homework. I gotta go check. Um, so let me go and make sure these kids do their homework, and I have to cook too. I have to cook. I have to cook and do some homework. So listen, some men do a lot. Even though for Father's Day we get Christmas cards. I remember my daughter gave me a Christmas card for Father's Day. She said, "Merry Christmas, Daddy." I said, "But it's Father's Day." She said, "What's the difference?" I said, "You little bad thing." But they be giving their mothers though. Their mother be getting all these things. Because their school, right? Their schools for Mother's Day they be having art and they be drawing the Mother's Day cards and for Father's Day it's like so I can't get a card. It's total accounts, right? For Father's Day, it's like everybody get quiet. I'm like, baby, it's Father's Day. She's like, really? What's that? It's like Mother's Day. I don't. Oh, I have a Christmas card. And she went in her room and grabbed a Christmas card, and it wasn't even for me. The Christmas card didn't even have a name on it. And she scribbled, scribbled. She's 5, and she scribbled, scribbled something and said, Happy Father's Day." I said, "But it's a Christmas card, baby girl." She said, "It's okay." She said, "It's okay." But no matter what fathers do, boy, we don't get nothing. And we do so much sometimes, but we don't get credit. I mean, not that I need credit, you know what I mean? But Lord, working on healing my heart from getting slaughtered. Oh, damn, slaughtered. You got slaughtered? Listen, thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for the gift, Ja Moran. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Serve it to heal. Charlie, do you love the color green? The heart is here, right? This is the heart. And when you get slaughtered, you go into the green zone. That's the green zone when you attract and you notice the green grapes and the green apples and the green stuff. And the color green becomes very bright to you. The green becomes one of the most beautiful colors. Hey, Mrs. Price, I'm a comedian. Yeah, green become stand out because the heart needs healing. So when you need healing, one color that stands out is green. This is the color of the heart chakra. Okay, and what it means a lot of times there's a blockage. So energy is not see, so energy is going up, and then there's so much stuff around the heart, which is anger, resentment, fear, anxiety. So energy is not fully going to the heart. So energy is being blocked from the heart. And what's in the heart is the anger and the resentment. So that stays in there. When that stays in there, because it's closed, right? Because when you experience a heart issue, what happens? The heart closes so that it won't get slaughtered. So it closes to protect itself. Once it closes, Whatever that's in it stays in there. So it begins to eat it out from the inside out. And then you begin to see breathing problems. And then your lungs begin to feel weird. Then you begin to have upper back pain in this area. So your back, so when you turn around, this part of you begin to hurt. Your shoulders, your upper back begin to hurt. Around here begin to hurt. Your lungs feel funny. Your anxiety happens a lot easier because your lungs is right here too. So since your lungs is right here, your breathing change, your breathing pattern change. So you begin to start having high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? Your high blood pressure becomes, then your heart starts skipping beats. This is when this is overactive. So this is how that we have to heal the heart chakra. There's a way to heal the heart chakra, and you can heal it, and you can bring it back into balance because your heart is not broken. It's just that it's not experiencing the energy flowing upwards to it. It's being blocked. So there's a way to unblock this energy, so the more energy can go to your heart. Look, I did a test. I wear a ring on my ring finger. What does that mean? Can you tell me what it means, please? A lot of stuff internally. Yeah, yeah, for real. Facts. Facts. No, everybody's favorite color is not green. No, everybody's favorite color is not green. Some people don't. Some people hate green, and sometimes you even hate green. Not that you love green. Sometimes you hate green too. But you're gonna be drawn to certain green color. More men approach me. Ah, yeah, men. Hey, it's psychological. I mean, it's psychology, man. I learned a new way to pick up on men from this live. I'm going to be a damsel in distress looking for my cell phone. Ah, yeah, just a joke. I got you, man. I get you. That's hilarious. Why would an ex make out that you mean more to them than you actually did? Because he wanted what he wants. Don't think too deep into it because people want what they want. Have you? My daughter comes to me and kiss me on my face when she wants ice cream. She don't do that with her mom, but with me, she does it because she knows it works. Whatever. We learn these things from childhood. We learn what works and what doesn't work. My daughter will come with her little big eyes and say, "Hey," and she will look at me in my eyes and kiss me in my. Right. And she know that she's not too affectionate towards me all the time, but when she does it, I'm like, "What do you want? Can I have a donut?" Of course you can. Of course you can. Thank you. And she gone. She don't kiss me again for the rest of the day. So at least I get one. I'm good with one. So yes, you're right, Bryce. Homework. That's the most important. Homework. I used to allow men to choose me as if I didn't have a real say. So in the game, I was like, why would I like that? Long ago, though. I got you. For you. Thank you, Bryce. I would never give 100% to your heart. That's how a man can destroy. No, 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 no. I think that's the one. See, that's a way. You know what? We'll talk about this later. You know what? Miss Price, my next live, let's talk about this. She said, my dad taught me never give 100% of your heart. Always give 100%. But there's a way to give 100% and to keep 100%. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask you a question, and I need you all to respond to me really quick before I go. The law of totality. What is the law of totality? Do you all know this? It's a universal law. What is the law of totality? Can you tell me what it is, please? We're gonna talk about this, but I want to go deep into this. Y'all know I go deep sometimes. Excuse me. The law of totality. I want us to think about what it means. I want you all to research it, Google it, YouTube it, look at it from all the point of perspectives. And I want you all to research it and let me know what you all find when we get back to the next live. Or you all can comment under this live when it's finished. I want you all to research because the more you learn, the more you seek, the more that comes to you. So if I challenge you to study or to research, please do it because it's how you gain more knowledge. I can't give you everything. So the law of totality, I want you all to study it, research it, understand it. And I want you all to let's on our next live. Yeah, we got homework, right? On the next live, let's talk about it, okay? Be relatable. The law of totality, all right? So I see you guys next time. I have to do some homework and some dinner. I don't feel like it neither. I might just buy some food because I don't feel like cooking. Oh, y'all do not feel like cooking? Anyways, I'll see you guys later. You all, thank you for joining me. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for always coming. Thank you all. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. You all have no idea. I love you guys. Namaste. All right. The law of totality. Required to do the same. No, 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 no. That's not what the lie is about. You know what? You know the way. That's not what it is. Go cook. Okay, I'm going. I'm going. All right. Y'all be blessed. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. It's a cook boy.